NewLeaf Woodworks, and this is my shop. What I want to do today is do a really quick shop update, show you some of the projects that I've been working on lately. I've also been able to get my shop cleaned out a little bit. You might not think so because it probably still looks a little bit cluttered and messy, but definitely an improvement for myself and giving me the opportunity to get some more projects out here and work on some new things. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of updates or videos on my YouTube channel here in a while, so I'm just kind of doing this quick update, and I'm going to do a little bit of a shop tour, show you some of the tools that I have and some of the things that I have in my shop to help me get some of my work done. So right now, where I'm standing in my shop, I'm standing at the door that goes to the main part of the house. This is just a one-car garage. As you can see right here is the door that goes to the main part of the house. So what I'll do is I'll start here at this corner over here. I'll show you, this is just a little bit of my clamp storage, a few random tools that I have, jigsaw up there, tool storage up on top here, have a Craftsman plunge router up there, a orbital sander, and a biscuit joiner, some other random tools stored here. I made this project not too long ago. This really helped me get organized, helped me get my shop in order so I could get some things off of my workbench, which really was super helpful to me. You can find plans for these types of shelves and storage units just about anywhere. If you look them up on Pinterest, you can look up cordless drill shelf, and this will pop up, something like similar to this. So this was really helpful to me, really helped me get a lot of stuff cleaned up and organized. We have here, this is my 16-inch Grizzly bandsaw. It does not have a whole lot of resaw capacity, as you can see here. I'll get a here, I'll show you what we got here. You don't have a whole lot. You have about 6.5 inches of resaw capacity, not a whole lot more. Not the greatest bandsaw in the sake of resaw, but has a huge table, 16-inch capacity there for cutting larger objects. Runs on 220, very powerful machine. This is, if you're wondering, this is the G1073 Grizzly bandsaw. It's an older model, as you can see there. It says 1999. Really love it. Definitely does the job. Like I said, very powerful, very good machine. Very sturdy. Probably weighs 300 plus pounds. Very heavy cast iron unit. So this is the next item here would be my workbench. This has really been an evolution over the years. I've had this workbench for a number of years. It basically started out as the frame down there with no drawers and had that top desktop on it that you see right there where the miter saw sits. So it started out basically a shell with that old compressed wood desktop on it, and now I've kind of molded it and evolved it into a solid core 2-inch door on surplus here at a local university. Got that, put it on there, added some drawers to it, added the wood vise here on the end. There's a few dog holes located on the bench, make clamping and sticking different pieces of wood down and working on them makes that a lot easier. So this has been a huge improvement here too. Big workspace. It also doubles as a outfeed table, which you see there for my table saw, and we'll get around to that part here in just a minute. This is a tool wall that I had made not too long ago, also to get some of these tools off my workbench. Really helpful. I can stash a lot of things up on there, and even a little bit more room there for me to add some more tools here as I go. We'll scoot over this way. This is my Craftsman joiner planer combo. This is a 6 1/8 inch joiner. I got it at a local auction here for about 80 bucks. Really good deal. Usually you can find them on Craigslist or other places for around $100 to $200, and I got it at an auction here fairly cheap, and it was in good working condition. Would love to have a larger joiner here someday, but as for right now, this does the job. This is a sliding compound miter saw. One of the local hardware stores here sells this model. It's not a very popular brand or model, but it has worked for me. I've had it for probably 6 years or so, and has done me just fine. This is a just one of a big box store type brand name miter stand that I have custom put a desktop on to make it a little bit better working surface. The arms slide out for larger pieces. Very standard miter stand, but I added a few things to it. Move it down here. Very old style drill press, very heavy. Put it on a stand that I made here probably a few months back. It's on casters. I also have a Porter cable planer as well. It slides underneath there for storage. Nothing too special, just slides out, and I set it up here on any usable surface to use. So it slides out of the way, which is really handy. I made these shelves on the side for different types of finish and glue and paint, just random storage on the sides. So that's a drill press. I think it says it's a Fleetwood. It's an old model. This was my former table saw that I have now converted into a router table at this point. I had the router table in one of the extension wings prior, and was using it both as my table saw and as a router table. But I have since gotten a new table saw, and now I'm solely using this as router table. So I have it currently, the router itself is plugged into the switch here for the table saw, and then all I have to do is plug that into the wall, and I can use this for the switch to turn on the router when it's plugged in. So I'll move over here. This is an old antique table saw that was passed down to me and is now in my shop. I used it for a little while. Extremely unsafe, but really neat piece of history throughout my family. That was a custom made table saw. I really just use it for different projects, gluing things up, stashing random pieces of wood, as you can see. But that's pretty much where it sits now. It's probably going to end up somewhere else here in the near future for storage. And lastly, I just picked up found this table saw here listed on one of our local flea market pages. It is a Grizzly G1022. It is a 10-inch contractor style saw, has the motor out the back. It is 1.5 horsepower, very heavy cast iron top, whole way across. A little bit of an upgrade from the Craftsman saw that I had. I will have to make a new miter sled for it, a new crosscut sled for it here in the future. But this is my new Grizzly saw. It seems to be in fantastic working order. I cleaned up the top a little bit. There was some rust spots over here on the table, and I have since gotten them cleaned up, but it works fine. Very excited about it. So that's my shop update and my shop tour. If you have any questions about anything that I showed you, or if you'd like to see more, or if you'd like me to elaborate more on any of the items that I showed you, any of the tools that I showed you, anything at all, comment down below, ask me, and I'll either post a follow-up video or I'll answer it down in the comments. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good one.